So, the new team in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls was announced during Sony's State of Play. Now, I haven't watched the State of Play yet. I'm watching this first because I was kind of spoiled at who was going to be in this team while at work. Some of my work buddies were talking about it and kind of spilled the beans for me. So I know who is in the team. So this isn't going to be like a new reaction or anything. But I have not watched the trailer yet. So I know who they are. I just don't really know how they play or like what kind of moves they are. But I think that's kind of a good thing that, you know, some people at work were talking about this, because I think that says something about this game's marketing and, you know, how successful it is. If I'm hearing people talking about this game, you know, at work, to me, that seems like a pretty good sign. So let's hop in because I really want to see how they play, which is the important thing.
Prepare to face.
Okay, so we have more story. We have our big baddie.
The Duke of Get Your Dupes Up, Mr. Champion!
Mr. Champion.
Actions are worth more than any word.
Is it weird that it kind of reminds me of Happy Chaos a little? Like a bigger, happier Chaos.
You've defeated whole worlds, but
So Doom, our leader, Doom.
let me show you why you should need.
Not much new here, I don't think.
Doom, your works are mere trinkets. My genius is endless. And now my
But here, okay, Magneto. Yeah, Magneto is, from what I've heard, one of the popular picks. So this is a big pick.
Kind shall rise, and I will be the one to lead the way.
Green Goblin. Ooh, Green Goblin looks pretty cool. I love how they're on the glider. And they can use the glider too. That's actually pretty cool. Carnage is the one I'm excited for. So I was happy to hear about this. Carnage just looks like brutal offense.
Moment has come. Attack! No mercy.
Is that a police car? Carnage launch into Green Goblin. And then a relaunch with the glider. That's pretty crazy.
Feel my wrath. The end is near.
And here's Team Doom. Oh, Shark. Shark Boy. Ah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so the last character is going to be Ghost Rider, and you can see the flames here. I don't think they're really teasing anything here because there's nothing to really tease. Ghost Rider's the last character. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna see if there's a blog post for this up yet, and then I'm gonna check through that and then rewatch the trailer in slow mode so we can actually see what's going on, because some of this stuff gets pretty crazy. It's hard to see all at once. I'll see you guys when I do that. All right, so we're back. This is the beginning. I didn't want to say real quickly because I did read through the blog post. The champion is going to be our big final boss, which makes me wonder if, since the champion is going to be in the game through the story mode and have like a model and everything and probably moves, they're probably going to be a playable character. And if the champion's going to be playable, I really want the promoter to be playable. I don't know. The promoter, I mean, the champion looks really cool. I mentioned it kind of reminds me of Happy Chaos a little bit. But, man, I really want this character. The promoter. I don't know who this character is really. From what I've seen of her so far, she looks like a really fun type of character and seems like she would have like a really interesting moveset. But we'll see. let's get into the actual gameplay though. We'll just, okay, before I get into the gameplay real quick, and if anyone's curious about the story, I'm sure most of the people watching this probably already know about the story, but it says that the champion is basically holding a tournament, and Earth is their next pick. So that's why everybody's fighting each other, is basically because of this tournament. And then they get a chance to fight the champion at the end. So yeah, each team is going to have their own story, their own motivations as to why they're teaming up with each other. And that sounds pretty cool. So it's episodic. So it's going to be like different storylines for each team, which is nice. But I'm here for, let's see the gameplay. So Doom, yeah, I don't think there's much new stuff for Doom, but we'll check just in case. I think Doom has been playable. I believe Doom has been playable for a couple builds now. Yeah, they throw out the shield. Yeah, this stuff looks familiar to me. Because I think they were one of the first characters announced, if I'm remembering correctly. But Magneto, okay, Magneto's interesting. So the way Magneto plays is that they're going to throw out all of this, I guess you could say junk, right? You can see them putting junk on the screen. And when they throw junk, it should, we'll see if we could see it in the trailer. So this stuff, okay, so they throw out this as like a fireball, right? And then they set up, and then this brings them back in to get hit by the junk there. It says that Magneto throws this stuff and then leaves bits and pieces behind. Oh, you can see it actually right above Doom's arm. It says Magneto leaves like this, some of the junk on screen after throwing it, and apparently they're going to be able to use that to like modify some of their stuff later on. I don't know if there's any examples of this. Maybe. It looks like it's activating now, actually. You can see it has like this orange thing around it. But that's like, Magneto set that up. I can't tell how that's going to come into play. But yeah, that seems to be Magneto's whole game plan, is to throw all this stuff on screen and get these things set up so that you can do more damage later on. The Green Goblin is apparently a very speedy character with a lot of projectiles. We can see they're throwing their boomerangs here, right? We're familiar with the pumpkin bombs, but here they've got the boomerangs. And looks like they got missiles too on their glider. Their glider can be used as a projectile too, apparently, which we see here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it comes back, which is weird. So a lot of screen control. There's the pumpkin bomb, which brings them to the next stage, and then Carnage. Carnage, let's see if we could see this, because I'll try to explain what Carnage does if they show it. But Carnage is able to like transform a lot of his arms and stuff into different weapons. But it's got these tendrils. And if you're hit with the tendrils, it should put you in kind of like a poison state. Did that activate? Let me see. So Spider-Man gets hit with that. And then you see, okay, I think this is actually, there's no HUD, so you can't see their life bar. But if you look at Spider-Man, there's like this stuff all over him, or like you see like that, it's like that pinkish reddish stuff that's coming off of his suit. That is, I forgot what it's called. It's kind of like a poisoned state, but it says it like it does damage over time. So I don't know if this is like poison where you're gonna lose health over time, Or if this puts you like in a debuffed state where you take like chip damage, because it says you take damage even when you're guarding. So I'm not sure if this just opens you up for chip damage while you're guarding, or if this is like a poison thing that depletes your health over time. I think we're gonna have to wait to find out, unless somebody knows already. But it looks like that move like activated something. And that's crazy. Carnage looks absolutely insane. Yeah, here Magneto's throwing a car, or a police car. And then you could see, okay, so you could see after the police car is thrown. See, that's part of Magneto's game plan, is he throws stuff and then it leaves stuff on screen. And then Carnage is using that move again with the tendrils and putting Spider-Man, I think... Okay, so it looks like Magneto's actually using part of his setup here. So let me see that again. So it throws the car, gets the setup. Carnage goes for the hit. I don't know if it puts Spider-Man in the poison state or whatever it's called. But then here, Doom is using the debris for a follow-up. And then they switch over to Carnage. Okay. And then we switch over to Green Goblin. Get the relaunch with the glider into Super, yeah, to Team Super. But yeah, I think that's everything. Let's just take a look at this Super real quick. Yeah, Magneto's looks really cool. Green Goblin's got the bomb. Carnage looks absolutely insane. It turns into a giant shark. Yeah, and then we have the new promotional art. So you can see, has the champion, the promoter, and then each team leader with some of the team members. Pretty cool piece. This is probably going to be the box art, I guess. But yeah, I think, as far as I could tell, that's everything shown for Tokon at this event. But yeah, I'm super hyped for Carnage. I know a lot of people are like heavily anticipating Magneto, because Magneto is like a really popular character in some of the previous Versus games. I know at this year's Evo, Magneto is going to be playable. So I'm going to tell you, people are going to be checking out this character like crazy. Unfortunately, the other ones will not be playable. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but they also were showing off a new stage. So Marvel New York has a nighttime variant that's also going to be playable at the Evo show floor. But yeah, this game is just looking better and better each time. I mean, these are some really, in my opinion, these are some really good villain picks. Yeah, Carnage for me, especially. And that's probably gonna be it. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.